Ah, the classic 0013 pair up. Excellent. Welcome to Thunderdome. Afternoon, Aaron. Seth, thanks for the bits. Easy mulligan there, only one land. Second easy mulligan with one land. I guess this is a keep. Monastery Mentor. I think I'm gonna bottom that. I guess I should have topped it because I was just gonna fetch a tapped land anyways. What's going on, Marty? Well, I'm here to help you not be bored. Not stalling. 7 months of remembering my Amazon fun money. Looking forward to all the 3-2 mid-range piles on the docket. We do have a lot of mid-range decks today. Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Monday's like resub day, huh? Thanks everyone for deciding it was worth it to stick around. The real question is, do I play this for very little value on 2? Probably not. I guess it depends on what we draw here. I just picked up a... I guess I'm just doing this to get a thing in my bin. I stick around for Discord access and the memes. That's a tilt. Well, Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting. Well, we tried, chat. Things are not looking good for our hero. We're not. Well, that gets us a white source at least. Are there only 2 white sources in this deck? There's a basic plains too, right? Yeah. My body is ready to get spread off of this white source. Hey, Wombat Combat 72, the brand new Amazon sub. Thank you very much. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch. Thanks for your Amazon fun money this way this month. No, I built this mana base. I did vet the mana base. The mana base was worse. I just couldn't remember how many shocks we have. The white's a splash, so two white shocks is probably fine. There's a basic plains too. There's some fetches and like Concealed Courtyard and Vantage and stuff. It doesn't look like we're in that bad of a spot, and then you look at our opponent's hand and notice that they have 6 cards in it, and you go, oh Jeff, what have we done? Just gonna go ahead and stick the big fish here, I think. Just like delve the minimal amount. Alrighty. A 5 cost, 5/5, right? I must have not vetted the mana base all the way. All these islands ended up in our deck still. The old cryptic command. I'm pretty sure we don't want to flash this back just because they're a Verdict Detention Sphere deck. I'm gonna pull the trigger on this field. Did you ever look any more into the Just Kai aggro deck by removing Savor the Moment? I've not worked on that personally, but that's something I would play again as another donation deck list for sure. Thanks for the 4 months, Anti-Trumpet. Gonna send this upstairs here. This card doesn't do a whole lot other than Nug Jace, so it's interesting if they chose to tag my Graven Cairns and not my... We have another Cryptic Command here. They have another Cryptic Command here. If they don't have a Cryptic Command, we could be okay. Like, if we crack them down to 6 here, like, they're definitely inside of bolt range. Yes, another Cryptic. And again, just gonna keep not flashing back the soul, because I prefer not to play into a sweeper. I didn't grab Plains and double Helix Immortal, because then I wouldn't have a red source in play. I'd have Godless Shrine, Swamp, Plains, and then a bunch of islands. I believe in the main deck, they usually play like 2 sweepers and 1 to 2 detention spheres, but this isn't really, like, blue-white control isn't really a tiered deck. It's like a tier, it flips around like tier 2 or whatever, so the consistency and like what exactly it's composed of varies a lot. Usually it's like a minimum of 1 each, with like 2 or potentially 3 being the max. The mode, tap, draw, sure. Guess I need to helix them. That's unfortunate. Yep. That's good for us, I think. They must have a path to exile here, right? Otherwise, I feel like this would probably be chump blocking. Vantage is another red source. Yeah. Grab a swamp here. Don't have a second mountain, unfortunately. I think because they burned that path, I'm gonna go ahead and flash back this Lingering Souls. Like, if they have a Verdict or a Detention Sphere, we're just not gonna win at this point, but I think we just, like, need the pressure because we're not beating this card going long, right? It blows my mind the number of people that are willing to just, like, go down on WotC, just, like, desperate for validation from people that are from Wizards of the Coast, just, like, will defend every boneheaded decision they make to the death of them. So, for some context to my statement there, someone posted a rough estimate of what it costs to 4x Arena with the 5 sets that it has, and the approximate cost to get play sets of cards in Arena with the current cost of packs is approximately 1,300 USD, which is a pretty significant amount of money for something that's said. A pretty significant amount of money for, like, a CCG, right? Like, something that you're never going to be able to get any money back out of. And people who aren't terribly bright keep referencing me and telling me that, well, that price isn't that much different than Magic Online. And Magic Online, to buy playsets, it costs the same. And I'm just like, do you not understand that on Magic Online, you don't have to buy playsets of things? on Magic Online, I can just buy just the deck I'm interested in playing. Like, it's not really a reasonable comparison. Because Magic Online's a trading card game. It's not just a collectible card game. Seven. That's a real good counterspell. There go my tokens. Explosive Catabug with the explosive notifications there. Thanks for the 2-month resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Please connect. Please connect. Please connect. Stop. No, don't you dare reach for a path. No, stop it. Stop it. All right. All right. Are we done here? I think we're done here. We tried. We tried. We gave it the college best. We gave it the college best. All right. So Fulminator Mage is good. Ajani's probably good. Collective Brutality is probably good. Pia's probably good. Path to Exile is not great. These helixes are probably unnecessary. A lot of the rest of these cards are pretty reasonable. Probably don't need all these bolts. They're just a little bit of reach, and they allow us to pick off, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor's just, like, leaving 2 ins probably fine. Dreadboard's probably okay against the Jace deck. Cut another bolt, maybe. Yes, it's probably fine. I like leaving in... I guess I'm going to split the bolts and the pushes 2-2. I like leaving in some fatal pushes to clean up Celestial Colonnade nicely. I guess if I'm going to leave in removal for Celestial Colonnade anyways, maybe I should favor Path to Exile, because Path to Exile kills Gideons. They have like 3 mana Gideon or 5 mana Gideon. What do we think of this? What do we think of this? Let's run it, shall we? All right, let's keep more than 5 cards this time, shall we? This is okay. I think I'm gonna just play Marsh Flats and pass here. I don't really have anything that I actively want to discard with this Faithless Looting yet, so like giving myself one more draw step here allows me to kind of get a little bit more information of what I really want to discard. Hello, Q, with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the continued support. Am I just ditching these two? I'm gonna like play a Jace. I'm gonna tilt off. Oh, no. Turn off auto yields. Don't. Woo. Woo. Almost foobarred that up. Almost foobarred that up. Yep. There aren't any wear tears in the 75, are there? I guess we have Fulminator Mage that can kill this potentially. I think I'm just windmilling the Monastery Mentor here. Feel a little bit bad if it gets Path to Exile, but if it gets Path, that also ramps us, so... Opponent chose not to bin anything there, so I assume this is dead if our opponent chose not to bin anything. Yeah. Grab an extra red source for now. Hazoret, pretty unimpressive here. It's like can't attack. Probably, it might be able to attack next turn, I guess, but... Is my chat working? Is everybody just quiet today, or is Twitch chat messed up? I think chat's down. Looks like Twitch chat is down across the board. That's awkward. That's awkward. I was like, no one's typing and I can't send a message. So I'm assuming someone just, Immortal Echo just sent me a DM on, ooh, my phone is not on silent. Let's fix that. Well, this is sad. I guess I'll sit here and talk to myself like I'm trying to record a video of some sort. Oh, is it back? Is it back? My thing's just loaded at the top. Maybe. Nope. Twitch, fix the toasters. Vendilion click. I think I'm just gonna shock discard here. Just like get my clean 2-for-1 in. I assume we're gonna lose Liliana. We're all on Discord over here. All right, I'll read from the general chat in Discord. So subs, feel free to chat in Discord and I'll respond. It is not an issue with just my channel. Apparently it is a site-wide issue we are currently having. That's decent. I think I'm just gonna go bin land, play the bauble, smack them for 5 here. Take a peekaboo what's going on over here. Serum Vision, sure. So normally your timing on Mishra's baubles is that you want to do it on your opponent's upkeep, so like they have less cards in your hand, but like the opponent's not playing a discard deck, so there's really not any advantage to waiting on that. Oh, so Nivik, so it's your fault. You crashed everything, huh? All right, that's another bauble. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Need to get down to 1 card in hand here so Hazoret can attack. So is this a cryptic counterbounce? Maybe it could just be counter draw. Probably counterbounce if they don't have a Path to Exile here. They just need to like stall. Oh yeah, that's fine, right? I don't really care about that. Let's cast this. Crack them for 5. And this time it's actually beneficial to do this on my turn, because the card I draw on their turn could potentially be one I want to discard to Hazoret, and I have 3 mana open to be able to do that. Yeah, waiting because of Azcanta could be correct, Crazy Ship. I could be correct. I think because I have mana to activate Hazoret this turn, I definitely want to do it sooner rather than later. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and activate this. Just use my mana up in this Collective Brutality. Just like upstairs. Just gonna activate this again. I think I'd much rather deal 2 than anything else. They don't have a Snapcaster or a Path here. They're going to have to chump with the Colonnade. Settle the Wreckage. Yep. Basically Path to Exile, right? Really, really fancy Path to Exile. Alright, they're at 5. So unlike the last game where we kind of like puttered out with them at like 7+, 5 is double bolt range, right? 5 is Kolaghan's command plus a bolt. How many bolts are my deck though? I guess I have less of those in post board. I'm already through 1. Hey, Thabi, with the 5-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you sent a sub message with that, chat doesn't currently be appear to loading those, so sorry. I'm just ditching these. I think I'm actually just going to flashback Faithless Looting again here. Just like digging for reach. Ooh, Ajani Vengeant is reach. Yes, he is. Who's a good little kitty cat? Yes, you are. Who's a good little kitty cat? Ajani's a good little kitty cat. Meow. Alright, so you need to flip search for Azcanta over here, most likely. We have lethal in hand, so we could, just push through here. They do get a brainstorm with Jace. Oh, they're just going to continue Fate Sealing. That's bold. Okay. I wonder if that means they have a bunch of good stuff in their hand already. Well, that bodes well for me. Show me not a counterspell. Not a counterspell. Not a counterspell for 100. They probably have negates in their deck post board in the matchup like this. I guess I could see that going either way, whether or not they have negated. That's a Gideon. Oh, Gids can emblem here, right? Which basically effectively gains them 3. Please plus, please plus, please plus. Please plus. Tilt. That's a good play on the opponent's part. Yep, I do need to target the Planeswalker, so Oh, you know what? Maybe playing that land was loose since I had these Faithless Lootings in my bin. At any rate, we're going to play this, and we're going to Helix down Gideon here since we have to get through him at some point anyways. And we can flash back these Lingering Souls. I actually don't have any creatures in my discard pile currently, so this Kolaghan's command isn't particularly good. All right, so we wrath me. I get to go ahead and make this not untap, and Chandra's a good draw. She's gonna work on burning them out here. So we're down to 3, so Ajani is lethal. Yep. Being able to lock the Celestial Colony down is great because it means they can't pressure our Planeswalkers with it. So they have a detention sphere here, but Chandra plus Kolaghan's command means that we still have lethal if they take Ajani Vengeant off the table. I really feel like our opponent was probably supposed to have started brainstorming a bit sooner than they did. I feel like Fate Sealing us was much less good because we had all these Faithless Lootings in the bin to plow through. Like when we have card selection backed up, it's a little bit worse to be as aggressive with that ability as they were. All right, they found the line to take the Planeswalker that's lethal. It's a good start for them. And I'll let them know that it doesn't matter here. Click you twice. But it understands the writing that's on the wall. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded here. I don't think I want more reach in my deck. And Johnny's like pseudo reach, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and run it back here. The paths are definitely okay for Celestial Colonnades, and they showed us Gideon, so like being able to kill that seems more than fine. Yeah, Planeswalkers don't generate the immediate burst of card advantage that something like Bedlam Reveler does, but over time they generate a good amount of advantage. I think I'm gonna keep this on the draw. I've got a Thoughtseize and Faithless Looting. I'm gonna lead on Thoughtseize on 1, which could get us into trouble if they have double Spreading Seas, but I think it's right to wait a turn on the Faithless Looting to give us the maximum amount of chances to find Lingering Souls to throw in our discard pile. That's a bunch of tapped lands, huh, opponent? I'm gonna go ahead and take their Search for Azcanta here, I think. I guess I have 2 Fulminator Mages, so maybe that was wrong. The fact that they're gonna fumble on mana and I have both of these sounds pretty good, though. I finally went so crazy. For people that are joining us, Twitch is currently having issues with their chat system site-wide, so it is not your computer. It's currently Twitch having issues. That's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna bin Ajani Vengeant, bin Pia here. And I think we're just on like the Stone Renew, step back my Stone Renew plan. That's a little annoying because it means that our opponent's gonna have pressure on the table while we're Stone Raining them here. But I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to be aggressive with these. Like if they miss for a turn here, they're just gonna lose the game. I guess this is a good example on why you should never try and land screw your opponent, because they'll just rip out of it. I think I'm pretty committed to this plan at this point, though. Yeah, for those asking, full screening Magic Online doesn't actually do anything. The cards stay exactly the same size on the screen. Maybe that gives them an opening to play a 4-drop though, Tom. And like, if they went like land Jace, that doesn't sound particularly good for me. That's an excellent draw. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out tapped, and then during my opponent's upkeep, I'm gonna make them discard. I'm gonna rebuy a Fulminator Mage, which I assume is going to get negated, and then we'll be able to path this and untap and play Ajani Vengeant. There's nothing like good, clean deck building that involves pathing your opponent while you've been vigorously Stone Raining them. And again, I'm not, I meant to do that during their upkeep. I wasn't Kolaghan's commanding while they were tapped out because I want my opponent. Really? That's what we're going with, okay. That's what we're going with, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and pack it in here. They ran off a bunch of lands and that's very spooky, so I'm just gonna move on with our lives instead of dwelling on it. Just constantly beat you down. Oh, Moto. Oh, Moto. I mean, this is a bunch of fetch lands, a Faithless Looting, and a Delve creature. Yeah, I agree. The option to simply have names not be up on the screen for Magic Online would be a really welcome addition, in my opinion. All right, well, at this point, am I holding these for this? I think I am. guess I'm shocking this. And discard these two. Next turn we'll go tapped land, Thoughtseize. I guess I have 4 cards in my bin right now. I could go fetch Swamp, Thoughtseize, Gurmag Angler. That doesn't seem unreasonable. They also have Faithless Looting in their deck. And then like we go, they have a Rift Bolt. Okay, so they're pretty aggressive then. Yep. We're going to 13 here. We're going to 12. We're going to 10. We're going to 8 potentially. We're going to 5. Feeling pretty dead. Oh, that's... If I play that this turn, I can't play Big Fish and Thoughtseize. That, I guess we'll take one of those. Losing Faithless Looting, this feels pretty bad. And like, if we draw the random discard card, it's gonna feel pretty bad. The old gain 1 Thoughtseize, right? Hey, we got some info too, right? We got to learn what we could play around. I'm gonna go ahead and block the Monastery Swiftspear, because if they want to trade Bolt plus Swiftspear for my Gurmag Angler, I'm definitely okay with that, especially with Monastery Mentor as my follow-up here. No attack kind of sucks. Okay. I think I'm just stopping on their turn and playing this Fatal Push now. I played the Courtyard out because it'll come into play tap next turn anyways. I just want to like try and stem the bleeding as much as possible until we can find a Helix. Wow, them burning their Bolt aggressively is really good for us here. I'm going to play this now while they don't have Mana Leak up. So we're down to 4 here. I don't think we have, but we don't have brutalities in this deck, so we have exactly 2 Helixes as ways to gain health here. Yep. Man, I wish we could afford to shock here, but we just really can't. If we could afford to shock, we could get an extra Mentor token, but I'm pretty sure that would just be far too greedy. Just don't really want to go to... Don't really want to go to 2 against whatever they're doing. This time I'm going to wait and check during their upkeep because they're probably going to fetch during my end of turn anyways. If they fetch during my end of turn, I'm going to bobble them after the fetch land resolves before they pass back. This way I get to see the extra card that I've drawn and I get to make my blocking decisions with that added piece of information. Again, my opponent, that's a lava spike. I would not be surprised to die here. That's an opt, yep. And these opts add prowess triggers to both of these things too, right? So that's a spike. Am I dead yet? Yep. Confirmed dead. Got some brutalities here in the board. I've got a Dreadbore. This is not a Hazoret matchup. I guess I don't know if they're a Pyromancer deck. Thoughtseize probably isn't good against the burn deck. Let's board these out. I guess Ajani Vengeance probably okay. I guess Chandra technically kills Bedlam Reveler. I could see Anger of the Gods being okay, but if I don't know that they're on Pyromancer, I don't think I want to board this in. I think I'm just going to run it back like this. Sure. It seems like a little bit slow. I also don't know if I'm like supposed to be firing off Faithless Lootings aggressively with this deck. Like, I feel like, oh, do we have a chat again? Can I refresh? Is it back? Hey, thanks for the 4-month sub, Pong. I do appreciate that. I think I saw my chat scrolling in the thing. Maybe? Nope, I was wrong. Test. Nope, still dead. Got it. I got excited. It must have been an old message that I didn't see. It's a Delverino. Yeah, we're just gonna curve out with removal here, right? Just like kill your Delver. We'll edict whatever they play next turn, and then hopefully curve right out into Chandra here. Teamer. I wonder if they're actually full on Teamer, or if they're just like splashing for. They could potentially just be like splashing for Engineered Explosives and Ancient Grudge. It's been common out of Blue-Red Delver in the past. And if Liliana like eats a bolt here, that was still a successful Liliana, right? Like kill your creature, gain 3. Sounds like something we're in for in this matchup. Deal. So just good clean 2 for 1 there. Play a threat out I can kill. Rift Bolt, sure. No third land's real good for us. We are we're basically 1 card type away from being able to Whispers for 2, right? We're getting very close. That is the chat today, Nick the Zombie. So again, subs, if you're just joining us, I'm reading out of the general chat here on the subs Discord, so feel free to comment in there, and I'm reading that as we go. I don't have a very elegant way to put that on the overlay, unfortunately, quickly, so... Whoa, this is gonna gain 6. That's good for us. Gain 5, I guess. That's fine too. So we need to get an instant next turn to add to the bins. This Whispers of the Emrakul can him to Torok them. Don't have any double white spells, so tapping that one is fine. That's a Monastery Mentor. I guess I'm gonna bin these and flashback this looting. Really don't have a whole lot else going on. I don't want to play out the Mentor for no value. That's pretty decent. I'm gonna discard this, put this into play tapped, pass the turn here. We still haven't hit Delirium yet, which kind of sucks for this Whispers. We're at a nice healthy 20 though still, which is good. It's going to be pretty hard for our opponent to burn us out from the position we're currently in. Not impossible, but difficult. All right, Fatal Push. I think we just, again, want to continue preserving our health total here, so I'm going to go ahead and play this, and we'll push the Monastery Swift Spear. This does add the last card type to our bid here, too, so we could potentially Whispers, but for 2 next turn, but at the same time, our opponent's kind of getting into a position where, like, they're not going to have 2 cards left in their hand, right? They're playing kind of a Delver Burn amalgamation. The bolt going upstairs is kind of terrifying there. It means that they think they have a lot more burn in their hand and can beat this Monastery, or this Monastery Mentor is basically what it Soul Scar Mage Spike, yep. And like, we sat here holding this, waiting to try and get value out of it, and we ended up just getting a 1-for-1 out of it still, so never mind. Never mind. To the token machine. All right, let's make ourselves 6 tokens here, shall we, chat? I'm not gonna attack with this because I really don't want to trade my mentor for the Bedlam Reveler here. Hey, we have Twitch chat. We have Twitch chat. Yay! Twitch chat. I didn't know how much I loved you until I didn't have you anymore. I take back at least some of the bad things I've said about you over the course of the last few years. God bless you, Twitch chat. God bless you. Free the plebs. Freedom. I was so sad when I didn't realize that it was down. I was just like, there's 300 people here. None of them are talking. I'm so sad that nobody wants to talk. Searing Blaze. Gross. Bump some chumps here. Untapped land's actually pretty good here because it lets us flashback Lingering Souls and fire up Shambling Vent. Did I just miss lethal? No, this is actually lethal, right? This is 8-10. It's exactly lethal. You should destroy all their lands and bring in 4 surgicals. That's just good solid sideboarding. My play skill is gonna go up by like 80% now, right? Because Twitch chat is a strategic advantage. I read that somewhere. Had lethal a few ways. Alright, do I want these Anger of the Gods? They have Swiss Spear, they have Delver, they have Soul Scar Mage. Is that enough things? I think these Whispers are just kind of terrible, especially on the draw. So I'm going to board in these Angers on the draw, see how it feels. Enter the timeout zone. Chat returns and brings lethal. Coincidence? And I'm gonna keep this. I'm on the draw and I have a bubble. I wouldn't fault someone more disciplined than myself for mulliganing this hand, but I think it's got enough cards that are good in the matchup. That's a great pickup. So now I'm gonna fetch a Blood Crypt. I think I'm gonna push this dude off a cliff. Hey, forgive. The best 2-month meme I ever had. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thanks for re-upping for another month. Thanks for sticking around. Hey, I just resubbed for 2 months. Can I get a complimentary timeout? Of course. Of course. I just subscribed for the timeouts. Lack of timeouts due to chat being down narrowly sent me into the arms of another streamer. Oh, that's just good, clean living. Hey, Immortal. Justin, look, you've got a fancy bit badge next to your name. All right, so we're leading on Faithless Looting here. I came for the memes, I stay for the timeout, Sunhouse. With the 2-month resubscription. Thanks a lot, welcome back. All right, Fatal Push is a good pickup here. I guess I'm just binning these white cards. We're gonna go land, push your thing, hope for the best here. I was just fulfilling it. When in reality, Jeff was late because he was timing out the entirety of Twitch. Truth. Truth. The fancy badge is for the total number of bits you've donated to the stream, Justin. You just haven't seen it before because you're always one of the top cheers on the channel, and top cheer on the channel overrides your bit badge there. All right, there's the Rift Bolt. So they're down to just one card here. What the classic Temple of Tilt here. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and flash back these souls. We're gonna take a 5-ball next turn, go down to 9, but Ajani Vengeant Lightning Helixes, which just gives us 3 points of health back. All right, another Swift Spear, yep. I'm gonna run the double block here. No guts, no glory. There is no Teferi tribal in the queue. You're not wrong, there is no Teferi tribal in the queue. Please resolve, ding, fries are done, Helix you. What's my favorite color pairing? Green and black, I think, usually. I like rock mid-range decks. Alright, Ajani has died, but his spirit shall live on. Flashback my looting here. I don't know why your bit badge is not up. It might be a leftover result of the fact that chat was just down. Your bit badge should be there. Give me the number, Jeff. All right, now that we have chat again, can we all complain about MTG Arena together? I didn't feel validation for my complaining about MTG Arena without the chat here to agree with me. So I need to reiterate my complaints about Arena. So for people that missed it, someone posted a breakdown of how much it cost them to 4x the 5 sets on MTG Arena, and apparently it cost them $1,300 to get play sets of the 5 sets currently on Magic Arena. And there's been a bunch of people on Twitter telling me that that person was unrealistic and it doesn't actually cost that much. But none of the other people that are saying that this person is wrong are giving me math. They're all just like, nah, dog, he's wrong. And I'm just like, show me the numbers. Well, and so, like, this is another thing people keep doing, Sublink. Like, the cost of what these playsets cost in paper and the cost of what these playsets cost in Magic Online is completely irrelevant. Because in paper and on Magic Online, I have a secondary market. I can resell these things. So, if it costs me $2,000 to get a playset, the number is not that similar to Hearthstone. As someone who just bought into Hearthstone, it's not that much. The math on Hearthstone and that everywhere I've read, which is, I think it was 3 sites, was between $2 and $250 per set, and one of those sets doesn't rotate. So when you buy into the Hearthstone Classic set, it never rotates out of their standard format. So that one, like, almost doesn't even count in my mind. Because if I'm paying to play that, that's like buying Eternal cards for a standard format. It's different than what Magic is, right? I mean, like, the Death and Taxes decks already have a pile of terrible cards in them, so, like, what's one more terrible card, right? What's one more terrible card between friends, really? Alright, I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and Dreadbore this, and then... Am I gonna Brutality them? The question is, do I want to... Now, I'm just gonna save this as a way to... drain them, potentially, I think. Maybe I should just drain them here so I don't get burned out by mistake. Yeah, I'm actually just going to do that. I'm just going to, like, bad helix them. Well, it's partially because of the very efficient crafting system that MCG should probably implement. Yes, exactly. Like, and on Hearthstone, like, I can't buy the specific cards I want, but I can build them, right? BRB crying over my Death and Taxes deck. Teferi Tribal Jeff, this makes 120. Justin, I'll tell you what. If you want, I will put Teferi Tribal on as your unplayable deck I would normally reject for June. You've already sent me an unplayable deck I would normally reject for May. I told you get 1 free pass per month. Yeah, but again, like, the fact that those cards come in booster packs of Magic cards doesn't do anything for someone like me. Like, I'm not buying booster packs. I'm buying singles. I'm not getting MTG Arena codes with... I'm not getting MTG Arena codes with the decks I'm buying in paper. So there's no redundancy for me. I'm not getting anything back with that. If Justin wanted to waste his freebie for a month on sending me a list full of lands, that would be fine. And, like, again, maybe it could be that, you know, people that are interested in playing Magic competitively, maybe that's not their target audience for Arena. Maybe their target audience for Arena is people that are looking to play Magic more casually. And, like, if you're not looking to build specific tiered constructed decks, Arena's probably great for what it is. Yes, Pokemon TCG is great. I agree that Pokemon TCG system is excellent. Subberg, just open your wallet and bleed, chat. Put a $40 blue-red prism deck in the queue instead. Sounds good, Justin. That'll do. What am I planning for Dealer's Choice Day? I've just been slowly doing Dealer's Choice decks, Jackson. We actually did 2 Dealer's Choice decks last night. Nivik and Justin put a bunch of them in the queue, so I'm going to be using the Dealer's Choice days, or the Dealer's Choice deck list to slowly test for the Open in Louisville next month. What's going on, Revan? Welcome back. All right, upstairs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. When's the next Legacy Day? I don't like to make predictions on what we're gonna play when, because whenever I try and make a prediction, people always send me money and make the prediction no longer valid. Nivik, finally could buy bits, put ley lines in the queue, and put me at the top of the cheers. Sounds good, Nivik. Will do. I love this stream. It's like MTV and MTG had a baby and named it Jeff Hogan. I don't. As someone who's never watched MTV, I'm just gonna have to take that as a compliment. I'm just gonna hope that that's a compliment. All right, if they take this lick from the spirit, they're going to die. Tilt. Ding. Blast you. Blast you. All right, we're 1-1, slow and steady. He's calling you cheap / bad reality TV with a backdrop of magic. Fair. Look, reality TV is immensely popular, so if we could be immensely popular, I'd settle for that. I said 90s MTV. Okay, fair. I do hum and sing quite a bit, to be fair. Oh, you said put 4 blue-red prison decks in the queue? All right. I can do that. Put 4 in the queue at 30 a pop. Sounds good. Hey, turn 2 Stormcrow. Thanks for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to put your fun money towards my channel this month. Discard spells, removal spells, Faithless Looting. Seems pretty good. Needs a couple more lands, but Faithless Looting should help us smooth that out, hopefully. Did I sing in choir in school? I didn't go to school, so I did not sing in a choir. Oh no! They mulliganed a bunch and they let on Razor Verge Thick. It could only be Bogles, right? Nope, very wrong. Well then. That's something. Let's call it something. That's certainly something. Yeah, I was homeschooled for junior high and high school. And then, well, I guess for part of what you would consider high school. So we're gonna bin Lingering Souls. I think I want to keep this other Faithless Looting. This Chandra's probably too slow. Yeah, it looks like a Turbo Druid deck. And back up Lightning Greaves. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so what am I doing here? I think it's just Monastery Mentor, right? Just like Blood Crypt Monastery Mentor. Usually like green, black, and Sultai. That's rude, chat. A lot of the things you do in school growing up are a giant waste of time. A big part of why we did homeschooling where I was growing up was because it lets you start college earlier. I finished my undergraduate degree by the time I was 19. I finished my master's a little bit before I was 21. So I've actually been out of school for a while now. I feel like an old man now. So long ago, chat. So long ago. Illinois will let anyone go to college at 16. You just have to take the placement exam. Am I homeschooling my kids? I'm not sure. Steve Weegleitner, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. Both of my degrees are in mathematics. My undergraduate degree had a minor in education, and then my graduate degree is just in pure math. Maybe I should have, this was bad here, right? I didn't actually count. I should have counted before I started doing things. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, this is actually lethal. Okay, so if I would have counted, I would have come to the conclusion that this was lethal. Aren't you like 35? I am 27. Thank you very much. I am 27. 35. I am not as old as my hairline implies, chat. Be kind. Be kind. I got feelings, chat. Don't be so mean to me. If you don't have children, what you need to understand is that every child ages you exponentially. Distinguished hairline, it's something. Spellbomb, because they play Traverse the Ulvenwald too, most likely, so this is probably okay. Dreadboard's probably not good, actually. Jeff skipping past my democracy donations and not reading them. Did I miss one? Teferi Tribal. No, I said Teferi Tribal makes it 120. Oh, you'll play Mentor and not Randy? Well, Mentor's an okay card. Randy's pretty bad. It's logarithmic now, Burgle. Yeah, someone's asking if I plan to homeschool my children. I don't know that I don't know that we are. It's something I talked to my wife about. At least not through elementary school. I think, like, by and large, like, the stuff you're learning in elementary school, like, isn't super relevant. Like, where that's coming from, like, whether or not they're learning it at home or at a school with a teacher. I take the Summoner's Pact, I think, here. Maybe that's wrong. What's your take on Brawl? I mean, it sounds kind of terrible, right? Just like the same 2 decks everywhere. Sounds like Brawl. I probably should have played this and cycled it. Although I guess if we draw a Mentor next turn, we want to keep this. But like, we only have 2 Mentors anyways. You're risking chat teaching your children social skills. So you could actually, and this was something that, like, social skills were a big thing that people always talked about, like, when children were homeschooled. And, like, the thing I feel like a lot of people don't recognize or acknowledge is that, like, if your child is only getting social interaction from children their own age in school, you've probably failed as a parent. Like, the world is not your child interacting with a bunch of peers that are their own age only. Like, having someone that can, like, interact with other people in the world, like adults and people that are varying ages of them, that's a really important skill to have. That was always kind of the thing. That was kind of always the thing that, like, was parroted by other people, like family members and stuff growing up. They're like, think of the children and their social skills. And it's just like, well, there's more places you get social skills than just school, right? Like, I, for instance, got my first job when I was 14. I volunteered a bunch. Worked for cash under the table, you know. Alright, what are we doing here? Probably helixing the Dryad Arbor since it has points of power. Am I losing this? I'm going to cast this Faithless Looting, actually. I tap my lands miserably here. Just like the way I've tapped my lands is just a total mess. I could have cast this Gurmag Angler too. To be clear, the cash was under the table, not God damn it, Burgle. God damn it, Burgle. Hey, Kuhuin with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now. I appreciate you choosing to support my content here. I think alternatives to public school systems probably vary drastically in quality depending on what they are and where they're from. That's my opinion on those. Well, now I'm gonna go ahead and Nihil's. Oh, I can't Nihil Spellbomb them, chat. Oh no! Oh no, I can't use the Spellbomb because they have hexproof. Flashing back this looting was probably loose. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. I was like, this is easy. We just crack this and then do this and then... Huh. Yeah, I could Spellbomb myself. You're not wrong. I really didn't want to do that, though, with the looting in the bin. I assume they're going to fetch a Devoted Druid here. So if they chord for Devoted Druid here, I'm going to go ahead. When are you playing the Brawl deck I donated for, Justin? I don't know if we're going to play Brawl, Justin. I'm waiting for them to, like, diss out some bans, if I'm being honest, because, like, the format's got a ton of all the same thing, basically. Azintoth with the 10-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you for that. So opponent could untap and combo us here, but they need to have Vizier plus a payoff to kill us. So I think taking the Sahali off the table is worthwhile here. Are there? Oh, sometimes the beats are good, I guess. Well. For the record there, chat, they only had one card in hand. So, like, they had one combo piece and drew the other. Them's the beats. So Liliana the Veil seems real bad. I'm gonna board in this Dreadbore. I'm gonna bring this Chandra in because it kills Sahali. I don't have enough bits to give you for each time you say exactly what the opponent needs to win and then they proceed to try. You know, we try. Yeah, it seems okay. Not super exciting, but fine. I'm gonna bottom that. I don't think I want to. I think I need a threat, right? Or like a Faithless Looting to pair with this Lingering Souls. I'm gonna cast this. I'm gonna cast the Spellbomb. And take a peek at their top card here. We've played one Blue-Red Prison League since Stamping Sphere was printed. I think we're gonna play another Blue-Red Prison League tomorrow. Justin just put a bunch of them in the queue, and I already had one in the queue, so definitely intending to play that deck some more. I'm not sure if I could stomach playing that deck in an open though. It's a lot of rounds. Maybe Burgle. So I'm gonna crack this and get a Swamp, and then I'm gonna cast this, delving everything except my Lingering Souls here. This lets me leave a Fatal Push here too. What's going on, Brain? You have a Bird's Paradise with haste. Oh, our win rate has improved by approximately 90% since I got Twitch chat back, because everybody knows Twitch chat's a competitive advantage. We're in an okay spot here. Oh, geez. If they Lightning Greaves the Angel, their just entire board is hexproof. That's kind of gross, actually. Opponent's deck is interesting. Yeah, I don't really care about a Forge Tender. I think I'm in the market to double block if they attack there, yeah. Brutality seems like a decent take here. I'm gonna start by smashing and see what they do. I think I'm gonna escalate this with the Drain. Hey, John Doe, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that, as always. Subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here, so thank you for the that next level of support. I think I definitely want to take a possible spell out of their hands, right? The question is, do I want to bin this to escalate it? Probably not. Probably not. And like, if this misses, they don't have a whole lot going on, so that's probably fine. Well, I mean, Jace isn't particularly good, so that doesn't really surprise me. Summoner's Pact, okay. Okay. Unfortunately, they had 4 mana, so we couldn't just push the bird and get them. There's a deck list in the donation queue. You can type exclamation point donation queue in chat to get a link. So we're gonna jump with this turn, it looks like. I don't think they're playing Postmortem Lunge. It looks like they're just playing a bunch of tutors. I don't think they're the more all-in build that we've seen before in the past. They're definitely playing a bit of a brew, but like, we saw Court of Calling from their deck, and the more all-in builds generally can't support things like Court of Calling. So, I think I want to hold the Fatal Push, so that way I can kill a Sahali if they draw one. Neat. Another fish. Yeah, we can actually cast that this turn, right? So they have Walking Ballista and then 2 cards I don't know currently. One of which appears to be a Court of Calling. Alright, so I'm just gonna jam this. Like, there's no point in bluffing. They're just gonna jam anyways, so just go ahead and drop this down here and pass the turn. So they have to chump block both Gurmag Anglers from here on out because the spirits, or I guess they could also put a flyer in the air and then not have to chump block the Gurmag Anglers. We know they have Walking Ballista. I suppose they can play Ballista and like block an Angler plus cash it in, killing the spirits. And just packs it in. Alright. We're gonna do a little Hoagland Plays social media on stream. I wanna read this thing that this guy sent me. Does this make sense? They're saying that they're saying that for $100 you can build a deck on Arena. Is this true? 1 rare wild card in a minimum 15 packs, 1 mythic in 20 packs, 3 mythics and 6 rares, 30 packs equals 1 vault opening equals 1. This is so complicated. Why is it this complicated to figure out what cards you get in Arena? Neat. This is I guess by the math that you actually could get close just because all of the rares happen to be in the same set. Yeah, that sounds right. This is if you want to read what I just pulled up on stream, there's the link. So that's nice. It's always nice when you ask people for data and they actually respond with data. God bless. It's very useful. I was just watching on YouTube, but then I thought maybe Jeff is live. Bingo. Long-time lurker, always enjoy your stream. Keep it up. Thanks for the 4-month resubscription. Jesus 696. I can read. Thank you for the 4 months, a third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. And the base of that math is the assumption that you're going to open some of the cards that you want. But what if you're incredibly unlucky and don't actually open any of the cards that you want? It's not like Hearthstone and these other games where you can turn cards you don't want into something that you actually do. So statistically, you're likely to get what you're looking for, but you're not guaranteed. Could you imagine if you went into your local game store and you're like, I'm going to give you $100. Will you give me a deck? And their response was, I might give you a deck. Give me your $100 first and let's see. Yeah, it doesn't, LOQ. It doesn't at all. In fact, the only reason it comes close in the calculation that they did there was because the deck I linked happened to have mostly rares, all from the same set. And monthly fun time, fun bucks. Thanks for the 4-month resubscription there, Squee Goblin Nabob. Welcome back. Well, I guess we take Proclamation of Rebirth and hope for the best here. This deck definitely likes to mulligan low. 20 lands is good for that. Yes, yeah, what happens when the format changes and like your deck's no longer good? Or what happens when you want to change decks? You have to just like vomit more money into the system? So feel free to respond to that tweet if you want more questions about specifics. It seems like that person did reasonable math, though. Always learning a lot here, Jeff. Thanks for all you do. AVN, thanks for the 3-month resub, a quarter of a year. Welcome back. We have a question about why Tombstalkers and Plated Mana. Is the extra black not worth the flying? Yeah, it's double black is difficult, and Getting 5 cards in your discard pile is difficult, and the evasion's just like not amazing. It's okay, but like not worth like the extra that it adds. Yeah, like, so people always talk about like well, it's technically free to play, right? It's like, well, most things are free in life if you're willing to like take your time and throw it in a dumpster can, right? Like money is free if you don't value your time, right? Like there's someone that'll pay you $1 per hour to do some kind of menial work somewhere. In fact, $1 per hour is so little money, you legally can't work for that amount of money in a lot of places. It's against the law. But yet people are happy to jump in and grind, you know, the 50 cents or whatever it is per hour. The current donation queue can always be found here. bit.ly/donation queue. The second Gurmag Angler. This deck is really clunky. I feel like this deck has just like taken the Mardu Pyromancer deck and just kind of like made it very awkward. Anytime my opponent is just playing like basic planes and a bunch of mono white creatures and I feel helpless, I'm always like, God, this deck has to be bad. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. They have a path in their hand too. Yeah, I'm really just not feeling this one. It is, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this deck list just like took a bunch of things from Mardu Pyromancer and like deviated from a bunch of things that it did just for the sake of deviating and like not for the sake of solving problems. Like, can you beat Chip Bear's ad Squadron Hawk, right? To be fair, Squadron Hawk grinds a little bit better than Bears, to be fair. I think the Martyr deck is actually okay. Like it's like a control deck, right? Whereas like the Poop Bears deck is like this mediocre aggro deck. I like Greentron that's all green in the main deck with some Collective Brutalities in the sideboard for Tron. But honestly, you know, just get good matchups and you'll be okay with Tron.